Welcome to this Rapid TV News video. I'm Joe O'Halloran, Editor-in-Chief, and I'm here with Jamie Adkin, VP of Sales EMEA of ADA. So, welcome back to IBC. So, what's been happening to ADA in the 3 years since we were all here?
Yeah, an awful lot. So ADA is known for developing high-performance KVM that provides remote access. So the initial part of the pandemic for us was hugely impactful to the business because we're helping customers ultimately take remote control of their computers. The transition that we've seen in broadcast and the adoption of IT has really driven our growth in our business over the last 10 years, but then taking that to remote, giving people access to the right tools. Outside of broadcast as well for us, we're a global business with a global reach into many different market verticals. So that's really been the early part of the pandemic, supporting customers with remote access. Over the latter part, we've just been really developing some of the key elements of our product line. So we've seen our 4K solutions become HDR capable to support the market demand. We've seen our control room products give more dynamic user experiences. And we're helping people access this virtual world, which is becoming so important in the broadcast studios that we operate KVM in, giving people access directly into virtual machines, web-based tools that otherwise they were having to deploy more IT to access.
Coming back to the customers, have you seen their budgeting, their spend areas and their priorities change over this 3 years?
Yeah, I think so. It's hard to perhaps pull out a trend across the industry because we've seen different customers take different responses to the pandemic, but we've seen some invest hugely straight out the box to make sure that they got remote access to the right tools. I think what we've really seen is people considering what does the future look like, how much of our operation is going to be remote and how much of it is going to be local, this hybrid model, and that term hybrid meaning so many different things to different people. We've certainly seen customers now making big returns back into the office spaces that they operate, into their studios, and now hybrid's really driving the way they're budgeting for the next few years. So yeah, it's impacted everyone, right? But it's how that have impacted and how they've responded initially. It's driving how they are thinking about technology use moving forward, for sure.
I think one of the key trends we've picked up on is the move towards off-premise to IP-based. But most of all, the real emergence of virtualized technologies.
Yeah.
How have you seen that, and how are you helping the customers meet their ambitions?
Yeah, absolutely. That storyline of IT becoming such a huge part of broadcast and media is now continuing, and that's a natural direction for it to go. ADA historically has provided really incredible access to physical computers, high-powered computers that are on-premise. But our customers, whether they be in that their studio-based systems or whether they're in the post-production sphere, are adopting more and more virtual technology. So we've been implementing virtual access into the KVM. And one of the reasons for that requirement really is that people want to be able to operate at the speeds that they've been doing in the physical world, but now in the virtual world. And for an individual, that means an ability to switch quickly from one system to another. For the engineering teams, it being able to manage who has access of the right systems when perhaps they're actually using platforms from different vendors. So we become an agnostic layer that allows them to connect into those different solutions in a new, fast, reactive way.
And no one company does everything for anyone.
No, exactly. I think there's ultimately that view that we've got different needs. The creativity of broadcast pushes people to the latest and greatest of things, but we also know broadcasters rely on well-proven, high-reliability tech that's been around for a while. And so what's happening is people are having to leverage not quite legacy systems, but older platforms and new platforms at the same time because of those budget constraints that everyone's under. And so we become a layer where we give them access to those different tools through a tool that they're very familiar with and an experience that a user is familiar with KVM. But we're now giving them access into browser-based tech, systems that are running over RDP or VNC. Giving them access to that from a single location is just so powerful for them.
Speaking about the tech,
yeah.
What tech do we have here at IBC 2022?
So we've really got three focuses. So we're showing that new access to the virtual world. That's front and center on the booth here. That's the demo that's been used throughout the event from minute one. We've had people showing them this new stuff. It's been around for a couple of years but people haven't been able to get really hands-on it in an exhibition environment at this scale.
Yeah.
We've been obviously changing the way we sell to customers as well, so we've been visiting them and helping them adopt that in new ways. We're also showing the control room tech. So Ada has a control room business that covers many different industries: transport, energy, industrial markets. We're bringing some of the patterns and trends we're seeing there into the broadcast control rooms now. So we're showing our new multi-viewer, which gives the user access to a variety of machines. They're able to display that on a single display, take control, really create how their workspace operates and take control of that themselves. And then we're showing the real development on the 4K, 5K technology that we've got as people seek higher resolutions, higher performance. Really aimed at the color grading, visual effects space. So we're showing HDR here for the first time that wasn't there in 2019 when we were last together.
I won't ask which variety.
We're showing the digital audio implementation. So it's really giving those people the things they need to do their job well in 2022, where creativity is really being pushed. KVM has always been something that their customers rely on. So we have to show them the latest and greatest standards. And so we've been having those systems. We showed them at NAB, we're showing them here at IBC for the European market now.
So Jamie, very unfair question, but I am going to ask you. Looking out to the next 12 months, how do you see the industry? Is it going to be more rapid adoption of the virtual techs and this hybrid?
I think that's it. I think we would hope that the tech we've brought to market over the last 12 months is not a follow-on for trends that have already happened. We are seeing those trends beginning now. So the access to the virtual world is a great example of people wanting to adopt more tech. As I say, we want to be agnostic as possible. We want to support them with the platforms they're deploying, and they're deploying them for different reasons in different applications. So that will be an area for us. Faster, more reliable. These are all things that people are looking for, so those are continuations of trends. I think that control room piece I mentioned earlier is an area we see space being a constraint. Real estate for the big broadcasters, they're all in expensive location. Energy is a real concern, so how do we give them better workspaces, more access to the tools they need in a faster way? That's always going to be a trend through what we're trying to do at Ada Technology.
Well, let's see this time next year. Jamie, thank you very much.
Thank you.